These days now, you have to be very cautious when you're on TV. Batarengaya, who was a minister in Obote 1, at one time went on cabinet and was telling President Obote, the government is becoming very unpopular, DP is taking rule, the school education is collapsing. Then President Obote started removing his glasses slowly like this. And by the time the glasses reached the table, he said, Batarengaya, shut up your beaks. So Batarengaya went to the washroom, he was sweating. What did I do? And then one minister who was my friend in parliament said, no, these days you first start by praising. Then you bring the problems like however. So if you start by saying the problem, you may be a Batarengaya. So for me, I want the ED of NEMA to walk head high. If this was a normal country, he should not even move with escorts. Because he's doing a noble job for the collective good of all of us. Actually, you must be mad to blame NEMA. My only prayer is NEMA should behave like UNRWA, the former UNRWA. Put mark stones in every wetland of Uganda. So that people know, because the actions we are seeing now is more of postmortem.
The encroachment.
Yes, they build, they roof, they even put terrazzo, and then you come with bulldozers. There should be early warning mechanisms before someone even starts putting up a structure in the wetland. They should already know that this is NEMA land. So Parliament, where Ofondo Pondo managed to enter through the window,
where
among the elders.
Where is that for 25
for
years?
20 years.
20 years.
Yes, you should, we should give money to NEMA so that they make these mark stones and they put all over the wetlands for Uganda. Because this is not what Dr. Akwankwasa is doing for himself or because he needs a job. This is the future of our children.
Yeah, but is it sustainable? What are the chances that the people evicted will leave and another batch that is more influential and powerful takes over?
You see, I understand what you're saying, but putting these mark stones around all the major wetlands in Uganda would serve a great deal. And these mark stones are not palatable for stealing. I've not seen anyone stealing those ones of UNRWA and taking them home. So that is towards more sustainability. But I think two other interventions should come from government. First, we need to change the education curriculum. In the Christmas of 2022, I was in Spain. A family invited me to 400 kilometers from Madrid to a city called Alicante for Christmas. And on Christmas Day, we were going to church. So I was taking Coke. So when I was done, we were almost entering church. I wanted to drop the bottle. But in the bins, you know, for them, it is clearly marked red, green. There is where you put plastic bags, metals. So as I was wanting to drop it in one of the tins, and then Rodriguez, my Spanish friend, said, no. 1, 2, 3 is not for tins. For tins is like 600 meters away. We need first to walk there, drop it, then we come back to the church. Ufono is laughing. I think you are the people who drop caveras out of the car windows after taking your yoga. This is a different thing.
It's going to be like the man from Agago where.
So I asked Carlos Rodriguez that what was bothering you if I dropped a metal in a place for plastics? He said two things. One, I love my country. I cannot do that for my country. Now, this is where the education curriculum comes in. Patriotism is not rolling in mud in Chankwanzi and singing songs. Oh, no. It is making you know that you should not drop a cavera in the streets. Secondly, he said, all these teens have scanners. So if they go to the Lubiji where they drop the rubbish, they have companies that scan the tin. So they are going to trace this tin that I bought it with my card, and they will bill me in my house $2,000. So it is not advisable to do it. So other than going to start chasing people, caveras, this is a country of cavera. Executive Director, NEMA, cavera, the whole country is littered with cavera. Simon, I'm very disappointed that today, again, the president of Uganda, that Ugandans voted for, the parliament had proposed an increased tax on plastic items. And today, President Museveni yesterday has refused that is destroying investors. There is a time in Parliament, we moved a motion banning plastic bags in the whole country. The late Aggrey Awori came with another counter motion that we are killing investors. Until Parliament reached a resolution that they will only allow plastic caveras or polythene bags at 31 microns. That below 31 microns is the cutoff point.
Yeah, but another controversy
but let me just finish this.
Is about the selectiveness of the operations.
No, forget about the houses. The houses, I've told you what I think, but this caveras is killing us. So, they say 31 microns. Maybe the ED or the scientists would explain to us. How can we distinguish that this polythene bag is 31 micron? I don't know whether the one above or below is dangerous.
The 30 microns and below was prohibited. Above 31 microns was allowed. But as you are saying, human eye cannot distinguish between 30 and even 40.
Yes.
That's why enforcement failed. And we are now back to the drawing board. We have a cabinet paper for banning, total banning of single-use plastic.
That is where I am. Because you go and buy a sweet in a shop, they give you a cavera. You buy a toilet paper, they give you a cavera. Can't we learn from Rwanda? Rwanda has gone. You know, those days, we even tried for 1 week. Nasser Road was adapting now to pack bread in paper bags, disposable paper. Just within 1 week, there was fast adaptation. So I don't know who advises the president. Ufondo, you tell us. How can the president rescind and bring to parliament something that degrades the environment?
On environment, it is your sister, Beauty Senor.
And if I were the minister of environment, I would, like what Balaam is doing, which people should thank him. We would move trading center by trading center. Where there is reckless disposal of cavera, they close all the shops in those trading centers. Because we are destroying our environment.
Yeah, but remember, there is also a bit of political correctness. Like Oo said, sometimes the president closes an eye for his voters, for the Muntu wa see. So how come this time the president is sounding really tough?
You see, for the president to say we should lower the taxes on polythene bags, imported plastic materials for making polythene bags because it is destroying investors, that one, the president is, in my opinion, is absolutely wrong. And this is now where the president needs to be engaged in public platforms. Because let me say this.
How about on demolitions?
These caveras take 200 years to decompose from the environment.
Yeah.
So if some people know that now they cannot live in this world for 20 years, we still have young children who are 2 years old. It should be a question of fact that caveras are bad.
I want to take you
and maybe this is where PLU should come in, because PLU is like no nonsense. If they wake up on the issue of caveras, you will see what will happen. So ED, NEMA, you move thumbs high. I pray you even live long. What is happening is to protect the humanity.
I want to pick your perspective as a lawyer, because normally there is what we call social justice. There are social safety standards that are always in place for such people. For instance, when their houses are demolished, they have to be settled and compensated. Do you think NEMA is being ruthless and very inhuman?
Actually, those people should even pay NEMA for restoring the environment.
In fact, the law requires that when you are removed, you are supposed to compensate government for the cost of removing the encroachment. But the president, in
so you want to say you are lenient?
The president, in his magnanimity, gave he forgave them and said, if you leave voluntarily, you will not be charged. So the president gave the people amnesty. That's why we are not prosecuting them. As long as you are removed, you are supposed to be prosecuted.
Sorry, I'll ask you again. Do you find it sensible that you give a person who has occupied a piece of land for years just 21 days?
I think there is a misconception on the 21 days. So this is the procedure. When somebody has encroached on a wetland, and you do an inspection and confirm that they have encroached on a wetland, the first point is you engage the local leadership, LC1s. You convene community meetings to tell them that, look here, you are in a wetland. There is demarcation